Coming up on this week's edition of NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
It's a look back at some of our favorite stories from John Deere. Find out about their great equipment and tools that can help improve your bottom line.
And now, NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
This week on Cattlemen to Cattlemen, we're taking a look at some of our favorite stories from our friends at John Deere. We'll head into the field for some expert advice on some tools and equipment that can improve your operation. Now, farmers and ranchers face all sorts of obstacles when raising crops, hay, and cattle. Brian Baxter visited Oklahoma to get some insights on the challenges facing one young producer.
Will Osborne and his family have been raising crops and cattle in central Oklahoma for several generations.
My family has been farming and ranching here for a long time. My great-grandfather started here about 5 miles from here on a quarter about 80 years ago, and then my grandfather grew it from there, and now I just continue on the tradition. Our biggest business is cattle, beef cattle. Grow the commercial herd and continue to grow them till their yearlings out on wheat pasture. And then we farm wheat, alfalfa, Bermuda grass, and cotton and soybeans as well.
The Osborne operation is not far west of Oklahoma City, which means there's competition for land and lots of close neighbors alongside nearly all of their pastures.
The unique challenges to this area would include, we are very, what some people would call urban farmers and ranchers. We are very close to the city. Just whenever our ancestors decided to settle down, they decided to settle down 20 minutes from what is Oklahoma City now. So we have a lot of traffic. We have a lot of, if our cows get out, they're in a housing addition, they're not in the neighbor's field. So those are things that we have to deal with personally here.
Will's cattle see plenty of weather when little grass is available through the fall and winter seasons, so putting up quality hay is essential every year for the Osborne family operation.
Our hay equipment we keep in better condition than probably anything else that we have, because hay is a unique crop in the way that if you don't get it up when you need to, the value decreases so much so quick. You can take something that was excellent quality and then it's average quality a day later and not very good 3 days later. So we try to keep good, new, modern equipment, just less breakdowns, and try to work with people that try to help us in that.
We've worked with Will Osborne for a long time. We started out with his grandfather and his dad and Will. I mean, the Osborne family has done business at this dealership for as long as I can remember. We live in the same community. We went to the same high school. Those guys do things the right way. They're big operators and they do it right. I mean, when it's the time to cut, they're cutting. When it's time to bale, they're baling. Great producer and cow-calf operator.
The Osbornes, like many others in Oklahoma farm country, rely on John Deere machinery to get the job done when it comes to cutting and baling their hay crops. And the family has continued to adopt new equipment and options that help them get consistent quality in their hay bales.
This swather that's behind me, we just picked it up. It's a swather that we are cutting hay. It's W235M, which has been good. And then we are running John Deere round balers. We round bale for our stuff almost exclusively. 460 and 560M John Deere balers.
Particularly the round baler has been a tried and true product for many, many years. And it's got a great pickup mechanism. You can bale windrows nearly as big as you can make them without plugging a baler. We've added, tire options today. The net wrap is a key piece. It's easy to load net wrap on our balers. And again, most all of our customers run net wrap today.
Going to net wrap has been one of the best changes that has happened to modern agriculture in forever. For us, it has been huge. It just enables the hay to stay so good for a long time. Also, it makes it much easier to contain the hay. Stuff doesn't get into it as much. If If you have a really wet season, the bottom of the bale is in better condition. It's much easier whenever you feed the hay. We cut off all the net wrap before we feed any hay. It's a great system.
Will says he values the reliability of the John Deere hay equipment he uses, but he knows if there ever is an issue, help is just a phone call away.
What Will expects is when he calls, I answer, and us to have the answers for him, and then have the parts he needs. Maybe we can't get there to fix it at that second, but I can tell him what he needs to do to fix it.
Customers, when they need to go, they need to go. And you know, if it's again in the hay world, whether it's hay, whether it's cutting wheat, corn, soybeans, whatever it is, when the time to go is now, it's time to go. And so we want to be there for our customers. We're on call 24/7 when it's the busy time of the year. And you know, many times these hay customers, especially, may be bailing at night because of moisture. You know, we want to be there if they need something.
John Deere is the choice for us in our hay equipment because they're the most accessible. Their local service here is just outstanding. They have all the parts that we need if something does go wrong. If we can't fix it, they will come help us. Also, huge benefit with the John Deere products, and it's a big part of the reason we use John Deere so much, is the resale and things for trade-in is substantially better than a lot of the competitors that we have dealt with.
Raising cattle is Will's favorite part of carrying on the family tradition in agriculture, a tradition that includes John Deere machinery. And most important of all, a commitment to building an opportunity for the next generation.
The best part about raising cattle in Oklahoma here is probably the way of life. Watch your kids grow up in it, the family aspect of that. It's a good feeling.
Reporting from Oklahoma, I'm Brian Baxter for NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
Still ahead on Cattlemen to Cattlemen, we'll show you how John Deere equipment helps a Montana producer manage the challenges of his hay season. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
There's never a dull moment for the Nelsons. Fifth-generation Montana ranchers. Since 1868, they've been herding cattle, reeling in trout, and exploring Paradise Valley from their backyard. Here's to another 150 years of adventure. There's a story in every piece of land. Run with us on a John Deere Gator XUV and start telling yours.
Join the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. There are big benefits to being a member. You'll get industry news in the National Cattlemen, email updates in the NCBA Beef Bulletin, plus discounts just for NCBA members. Join by calling 866-233-3872 or online at ncba.org.
What does it take to be successful in agriculture? Hard work and perseverance are essential, as well as the ability to adapt to a variety of challenges. Cattlemen to Cattlemen reporter Kate Maher introduces us to a third-generation producer from Montana whose relentless focus on quality is paying off in an area where raising cattle and hay is getting to be more difficult.
When it comes to raising cattle and growing hay, Lance DeHaan knows there's no better spot than the vast landscape of his native Gallatin Valley.
We run cattle from one end of the valley to the other. It's about a 40-mile distance. Same with our hay ground. It's a lot of highway miles for the equipment, a lot of trucking. There's mountains, there's rivers, there's everything in between. Lots of steep country, lots of flat country. We go from high rainfall areas to 10 miles away, some of the driest in the country. We get sometimes 2-3 feet of snow, lasts through the winter. So it's normal to feed 5-6 months out of the year. So we need quality hay to feed the cows through that cold, wet spell. Try to cut the hay early, get quality, relative feed value, protein, and sell a good marketable product to our customers as well as our cows.
In fact, Lance has a long list of repeat customers nationwide who buy his hay.
Lance does a great job with all of his cattle and his equipment and produces a great product. He's got an excellent name here at selling hay and really strives for the best quality all the time. I mean, he's looking out for the best cattle. He's looking out for the best hay to sell and to feed his cows.
We put up round bales, square bales, and throughout the season, we watch that drought monitor map, not only in Montana, but through the whole country. And depending where the areas are, the distance of trucking, the ranchers compared to feedlots and dairies, we pick those dry areas, and that's how we decide what we're gonna sell. Some years it's more square bales, some years we make a lot more round bales. We plan off of the demand areas. We get lots of snow here in Montana, so we like to have our hay yards planned ahead. We have our bales lined out accordingly, not only where we can plow the snow away, when the snow melts, we can get it to drain, not ruin the bales.
Lance relies on John Deere equipment, along with Joe Pruitt and the team at Frontline Ag Solutions, to help him produce the best quality hay, even in tough years.
Yeah, this is one of those years where the weather hasn't cooperated. We cut the hay on time, we do everything we should, but you can't beat Mother Nature some days. That's why we need good, dependable equipment. When it is time to go, we're ready to go. We run multiple rakes and multiple balers so we can have consistent hay in each field, and we can get the job done on time and do the best that Mother Nature allows. We switched to all John Deere tractors, balers, swather. The main reason is the dealership. They take care of us. When we need something, they come. They take care of us. We are able to go there. We haven't had that with other dealers, so we try to stay loyal to Frontline, and it works good for our operation.
We are fully dedicated to taking care of our customers with all of our service, whether it's a salesperson, a service technician, our parts professionals are there ready to help get you the parts you need. The customers driving John Deere, I feel, are a premium operator. They run the best of the best, and I'm proud to be a part of their operation through the John Deere equipment.
The competition for land in the rapidly developing valley brings even more challenges, and both Lance and Joe understand the importance of working together to continue keeping the land productive.
We live in a beautiful spot, and the secret's out. So we have an influx of people, we have an influx of tourists that generate people coming here, and the developments are taking over our nice black dirt that we were raising crops on. It's just really, it's a huge population increase.
John Deere, it's important to us. I mean, they take care of the dealerships, help take care of the community, and we need that. We lose more and more hay fields. So we need a good company and a good dealership to help us producers through it. Without good hay, there's not good cows. It takes everything and everybody working together to make everything work.
A lot of these customers I have that I take care of aren't really customers anymore. They're all my friends. So we all work together and make it all work. It takes a team.
Agriculture in this valley, it's important. Houses are moving in. We're getting more and more people, more and more pollution. We need the crops, we need the farmers, we need the cattle to keep the land healthy and prosperous.
In the Gallatin Valley of Montana, I'm Kate Maher reporting for NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
Still to come on Cattlemen to Cattlemen, we'll show you how John Deere equipment is making a difference. That story when we return.
Weeds will rob me of my investments. The weeds are not palatable to cows. They will not eat them, or if they do eat them, some of them may be toxic. So there's a return on investment by allowing there to be more grass available to be grazed by the cattle.
CattleCon's headed to San Antonio, February 4th through 6th, 2025, where farmers and ranchers gather to shape our industry's future. Remember, if you ain't at the table, you might just be on the menu. Check out the latest in ranching at the Texas-sized NCBA trade show. Network, learn, and grow your operation. Don't miss this chance to steer the cattle biz in San Antonio, where the Alamo spirit lives on. Visit convention.ncba.org for details. CattleCon 2025, where the beef industry meets.
Farmers and ranchers face all sorts of challenges when raising crops, hay, or cattle. But many have found that John Deere equipment provides the reliability and durability they need to handle the tough tasks.
John Deere equipment really helps us get quality hay by just being consistent equipment and being able to run and get the job done when it needs to be done. If my neighbor came to me and asked me about equipment, why I have John Deere, I would just have to simply say, it's kind of nostalgic, but it's just simply the best. Ease of operation.
The John Deere equipment that we've had and that we've gotten from John Deere has produced good hay. It's made it easier, and we can get it done faster. If there is a storm coming, we can get it done and put up the right way, and that's due to John Deere's quality of equipment.
I can never say enough about John Deere equipment. They are proven usually time and time again for us, for our operation, for our herd. It works for us.
For years, John Deere has added value to a membership in the National Cattlemen's Beef Association by offering exclusive discounts on things like mowers, tractors, and hay equipment.
With an NCBA membership, you get enrolled into our member benefits program. One of the great member benefits that we have is with John Deere. John Deere provides NCBA members with Platinum 2 level savings through their John Deere Rewards program. So members of NCBA receive significant discounts on the equipment that they're using to smoothly run their operations.
It was easy to use our NCBA discount through John Deere. Let my dealer know that I was an NCBA member. When he gets the quote, you work on your best deal. John Deere's discount comes off the top after it's all said and done. It was easy. Just let your dealer know.
It's all part of John Deere's long-term commitment to the beef industry and to NCBA.
John Deere is a great partner of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. John Deere has recognized the efforts that NCBA puts into protecting cattlemen and women over the country from the rules and red tape coming from our nation's capital. They have decided to partner with NCBA and add value to those who invest in membership with the association.
John Deere is committed to those folks. We're committed to the beef producers. We're committed to make sure that you have the equipment to do the job, perform very well, and we are making sure that we are supporting the NCBA every year.
If you'd like to learn more about how John Deere tools and equipment can bring value to your farm or ranch, visit your local dealership or check out the website johndeere.com. And don't forget to become a member of NCBA so you can take advantage of the great discounts offered by John Deere. Just call 866-233-3872 or visit the website ncba.org.
Still to come on Cattlemen to Cattlemen, we'll head to Missouri to see how one family is using John Deere equipment to get their chores done quicker and easier. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Cattle producers across the country work hard to care for their animals and their land. The USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service is there to help. Find out how you can work with NRCS to develop a conservation plan for your operation. Find possible funding resources for implementing conservation practices, or get free expert advice on ways to improve your farm or ranch. Visit the website nrcs.usda.gov today.
Join the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. NCBA is the oldest and largest national cattle industry organization working to defend your interests in Washington, D.C. And there are big benefits to being a member. You'll get news you can use in the National Cattlemen, email updates in the NCBA Beef Bulletin, plus big discounts only for NCBA members. Join by calling 866-233-3872 or online at ncba.org.
For years, John Deere has added value to NCBA membership by offering exclusive discounts on things like lawn equipment and compact utility tractors. That's important because having the right tools and equipment makes any job go faster, which saves you both time and money. Brian Baxter takes us to Missouri for a look at a cow-calf operation that relies on John Deere equipment to help get their work done quickly and efficiently.
For as long as Mark Ingeman can remember, cattle have been a part of his life in eastern Missouri.
We've always had cattle ever since I was little. Never know anything different, honestly. So it's just a family tradition that I'd like to pass on down to my kids.
In addition to the cattle he owns with his wife and parents, Mark grows crops on 2,800 acres with his father and uncle. All the hay they raise is used as feed. Speed and performance are critical when it's time to put up hay, which is why John Deere has been the equipment of choice over the years for Mark's family. In fact, Mark recently had a chance to try out Deere's new 5125M utility tractor.
It's going very well. They were used to maybe bigger, heavier machinery, but I think we proved that the largest of the 5000 series is an option for kind of a part-time type of producer. Doesn't put a lot of hours on, but needs a powerful tractor, and I think this is fit the bill.
I'm used to 6,000 and 7,000 series tractors, so going to a 5 was a little daunting, but it's held up to the task so far. The 5125M is very spacious. For as small as the cab is, it is very spacious inside. I was really surprised with that. The panorama roof window is nice for seeing that up high and looking to see where you're going to stack that next bale. So it is helpful.
Mark is also a fan of the 5125's Power Quad Plus transmission, which makes it easy for the operator to find the right speed thanks to clutchless push-button shifting between gears.
It's very handy on that go of picking up a bale in the field to grabbing another gear with the hay cutter. You can it's a click of a button on to your right hand side, or well, actually there's 3 different spots to adjust gears in between the quad ranges, but it works really well. It's quick, it's reactive, and it's user friendly, honestly.
The 5125M also comes with auto-track guidance. This factory-installed option reduces implement overlap, which means fewer passes through the field.
Most think, well, this is ridiculous, you don't need auto-track for cutting hay, but in fact it does make you more productive, where you're putting in the consistent width and then the laying off lands, so keeps the tractor cutting hay instead of trying to cut little pie-shaped fields. No little swats across the field until you're completely done. That also, you can follow those swats, the perfect swats, with a rake, and you're raking hay onto a place where there's no hay, so it all gets turned, so you get that thorough drying and no wet spots that could cause mold in bales.
When they brought this out, I was like, really, we're going to use auto-track in a hayfield? This is going to be a little interesting in the hills of Missouri, but I found a few fields that works, and it worked out great.
With all of the hay he puts up, Mark is a believer in the value of using a disc mower conditioner to cut his crop.
We are currently pulling an S300 John Deere Moco with a flail impeller on the back. The quick change-out knives option is great this year for swapping out those knives easily enough and not having to get a ratchet out and a pry bar to hold that disc blade. And it's a great machine to utilize when I need to go out to cut hay. When you get done with the hayfield and it looks as good as your lawn, it's a great day for me.
Mark's local John Deere dealer can easily relate to the challenges he faces because the Seidenstricker family has their own Angus cattle operation as well. And over the years, Mark has seen that Deere continues to work hard for its customers even after the sale by offering support 7 days a week.
Our customers are usually out there in the evenings and weekends, so they rely on our support team to be there also. So we do have a dedicated service department, and we have protocols in place for weekend call out and parts availability on the weekends, which is truly important to our customers.
I would say whether it's cattle or equipment or whether it goes to even employees, it works. It has to work for us to for everybody to make a good fit, because we've got so many irons in the fire to feed, and it just has to work for us. I can never say enough about John Deere equipment. They are proven usually time and time again for us, and for our operation, for our herd, it works for us.
They work hard at Ingeman Farms to get the best performance out of their cattle, and they know John Deere equipment helps them achieve that goal. Reporting from Missouri, I'm Brian Baxter for NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
Don't forget, John Deere is adding more value to your NCBA membership by offering special discounts on riding lawn equipment, compact utility tractors, and more. John Deere is just one of many companies offering exclusive deals. Become a member today by calling 866-233-3872 or visit the website ncba.org. Well, that wraps up our time for this week's special John Deere edition of Cattlemen to Cattlemen. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again next week right here on RFD TV.